Creflo Augustus Dollar Jr. was born on January 28, 1962, in College Park, Georgia, in a modest home shaped by discipline, faith, and hard work. His father served as a police officer, and his mother worked in the cafeteria of Kathleen Mitchell Elementary School. That simple detail would follow him decades later in unexpected ways. As a child, Dollar dreamed not of preaching but of playing professional football. That dream carried him into the early 1980s when he enrolled at West Georgia College. However, a serious injury abruptly ended his athletic ambitions, marking a pivotal moment in his life. During recovery, he began attending Bible study sessions. At first, it was merely a way to occupy his time, but one day he described a life-changing moment of feeling born again, which set him on a new path: the rise of Creflo Dollar. Soon, Dollar started leading small Bible study groups, which grew faster than he anticipated. Among the attendees was Taffy Bolton, who would later become his wife and partner in ministry. By 1984, Dollar earned a degree in educational therapy and began working at Bronner Psychiatric Institute, helping people with learning challenges. Yet, the pull toward ministry remained strong. In 1986, he made a decision that would define his future: founding World Changers Ministries Christian Center in the cafeteria of Kathleen Mitchell Elementary School, the same place where his mother had worked and where he himself had been part of the school's first Black integration group. Only 8 people attended that first service, but Dollar's confident and practical message resonated, sparking steady growth. Building a global ministry. From those humble beginnings, Dollar's ministry expanded rapidly. By the late 1980s and into the 1990s, he refined a doctrine centered on prosperity, teaching that faith, positive confession, and generous giving could bring financial and personal success. His messages offered hope to families and individuals searching for a second chance. By 1991, his ministry had grown so large that it was renamed World Changers Church International, reflecting its expanding reach. His radio and television programs, including the popular show Changing Your World, brought his teachings into millions of homes worldwide. By the mid-1990s, Dollar had become an international figure. His congregation now included followers from Africa, Canada, India, and the UK. The World Dome, an 8,500-seat sanctuary completed in 1995 at nearly $20 million, symbolized his growth. Dollar emphasized that the project had been completed without bank financing, citing it as evidence of faith and community giving. By the mid-2000s, the church reported over 30,000 members and nearly $70 million in annual revenue. Dollar also envisioned 500 fellowship churches worldwide, expanding his influence further. Wealth and public scrutiny. As Dollar's ministry expanded, so did scrutiny of his personal lifestyle. Unlike many of his followers, who lived on modest incomes, Dollar accumulated multiple properties, including a $3.4 million estate in Fayetteville, Georgia, a high-rise condo in New York City, and another home in New Jersey. His vehicles included multiple luxury cars, and he operated private jets for travel. While Dollar viewed these assets as evidence of God's blessing, critics questioned the contrast between his lifestyle and the lives of those he taught. Church watchdogs raised concerns about financial transparency, with Ministry Watch giving his organization low ratings and citing his refusal to provide audited records. In 2015, Dollar faced one of the most widely publicized controversies of his career: a campaign to raise funds for a $65 million Gulfstream G650 jet. Dollar defended the plane as necessary for ministry work, arguing that commercial airlines could not accommodate his schedule. Critics pointed out discrepancies between the ministry's claims about transporting large amounts of aid and the jet's actual capacity, sparking public backlash. The campaign was quickly taken down, and while Dollar eventually acquired private jets through other means, the incident permanently affected public perception of his ministry. Personal challenges. Dollar's public and personal life intersected in 2012 when an altercation with his daughter led to his temporary arrest. The incident brought intense media scrutiny and highlighted the human vulnerabilities behind his public persona. While the legal case ended after Dollar completed an anger management program, the event raised questions about the balance between leadership, family life, and public image. Reconsidering past teachings. Perhaps the most significant chapter in Dollar's story came in June 2022, when he publicly reevaluated one of his core teachings. For decades, he had emphasized tithing as a divine requirement, encouraging followers to give 10% of their income as an obligation tied to faith and financial blessing. Dollar himself became one of the wealthiest pastors in America during this time. In a sermon titled "The Great Misunderstanding," Dollar announced that his teachings on tithing had been misguided. He explained that Christians under grace are not obligated to give out of fear, guilt, or compulsion. The revelation was unexpected, leaving some followers stunned and prompting critics to call into question the foundations of his ministry. Dollar framed the admission as a step toward deeper spiritual understanding, asserting that without preaching those earlier teachings, he would not have reached his current perspective. While he did not offer refunds or financial reparations, the message marked a notable shift in his approach to faith, generosity, and spiritual leadership. A complex legacy. Creflo Dollar's story is a reminder that public figures, even those with global influence, are shaped by human experiences, decisions, and errors. From a small Bible study in an elementary school cafeteria to one of the world's most recognized ministries, his rise has been remarkable. Yet along the way, wealth, visibility, and controversy have tested both his leadership and his followers' trust. Dollar's reversal on tithing did not end his ministry, but it reshaped how millions perceive him. Supporters admire his willingness to publicly reconsider his teachings, while skeptics see the moment as evidence of earlier missteps. Ultimately, Dollar's journey underscores the complex intersection of faith, ambition, and accountability. His story highlights the importance of transparency, reflection, and humility, even for those who reach extraordinary levels of influence. Reflection. Creflo Dollar's experiences serve as a broader lesson about leadership, faith, and the weight of responsibility. They remind us that leaders are human, capable of misjudgments, and subject to the same scrutiny and ethical questions as anyone else. His journey also illustrates the challenge of reconciling past actions with new insights, a task that many leaders face but few address publicly. In the end, Dollar's story is less about scandal or failure and more about the evolution of a person, a ministry, and a message. It invites reflection on the balance between ambition and accountability, teaching and application, and human imperfection in positions of influence. Whether one agrees with his choices or not, his transparency about past mistakes opens a conversation about growth, responsibility, and the continuing journey of faith in the modern world.